Hello, everyone. I'm Candace with Success Imagery, and I'm so excited to be talking to you today about a psychotechnology that I am so passionate about. When I was a kid, I was introduced to kind of guided imagery when I was going through a distressing experience and I was having a lot of intrusive thoughts. And also at that time, my mom was listening to a lot of Wayne Dyer and the power of intention and how to utilize the power of your imagination and the power of your thoughts and your focus to create the reality that you want. And for a while, it has been considered to be sort of woo-woo, but actually there's a lot of research that's been done in sports psychology showing the effectiveness of this tool. So with Success Imagery, I help business professionals, owners, founders, HR professionals, sales team leaders, VPs, and the C-suite team utilize guided imagery, and that's where you are led through a process of visualizing, but not just visualizing. That's really a catch-all term for imagining what it would look like, but also what it would sound like, what it would feel like tactily, especially what you want it to feel like emotionally, and invoking those feelings and anchoring them in the body. Also subtle things like smell and taste, and crystallizing that sensory experience in your brain, and combining that, of course, with real world activity, but also using real world activity combined with intention and powerful focus. So that's what I'm helping business leaders do, is take this psychotechnology, a combination of either creative visualization, hypnosis, guided imagery, and mental rehearsal training, depending on what it is that you want to focus on, because although there's some overlap, they are distinct tools that can be utilized very effectively to deal with specific issues and to get down to the core of it and make those positive corrections. So this is a wonderful tool if you want to add value to your organization, if you want to increase the bottom line, if you want to help motivate and get your sales team focused around a specific goal or outcome that you would like to hit for, let's say, that quarter or that year. And what's so powerful about this is, yes, you can do it individually with individual people for specific reasons or specific goals, but you can also get an entire group of people seeing themselves being an integral part of this. And I'm going to teach you things like, and the reason that I have the sound bowl here is things like how to utilize sound and brainwave, binaural brainwave entrainment to help people get into various states of mind that allow for these intuitive impressions, these commands that you're making to the subconscious mind, or this imagery that you are helping them impress, of helping them see themselves being successful, being confident, being focused, being energized, being motivated, fulfilling their role well. And you don't need to be, and I really want to make this clear, some sort of like fancy person in order to do this. You just need to be a calm, clear, grounded person that can ask somebody, what is it that you do want? And write down or have ChatGPT or some other thing script out a scenario and basically apply it. That is the most important thing. If you don't do anything else at all, it only works if you actually sit down and close your eyes and do the guided imagery, do the creative visualization. It only works if you work it, as they say. So I'm going to show you how to use this right away in your organization to start improving things, start creating an increased sense of well-being. The actual process feels like a mental massage. So it's effortless, it's really enjoyable to do, because actually you feel good when you're focused on what you want and what you want to create, and when there's an atmosphere of relaxation and positive intention. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, I would love to work with you. I'm going to be sharing all different kinds of tips, tools, and strategies about how to employ this. And if you want to do a deep dive, I'm coming out with a course. So when I have that, I'm going to be adding that in the description box. So just check there. My goal is to be having it out in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned. But I want to be sure that I'm getting these videos out there, sharing with people what I can help them do with this amazing tool. So you can go from having a team that's frustrated, down in the dumps, focused on what hasn't worked, and help them recenter and refocus and pivot towards what they do want. Because all businesses experience market changes, all these different disruptive technologies that come in, a competitor that comes in, maybe you just hit like a slump or there was a hit to your cash flow for some whatever reason. Any business leader knows that there's all these unforeseen variables that can happen at any time. This psychotechnology allows your organization to have some anti-fragility, some adaptability, some resilience, and can harness the most important thing, which is the focus of the individual and of the group. And if you would like ways to present this to your employer, you can also get them to sponsor you in taking the course. And then that way you can apply it to pre-existing wellness programs that they already have. You can also apply it to sales teams and hitting key performance indicators. And you can apply it to the C-suite team for helping reduce conflict or regroup around a specific goal that they have. It's also great for driving innovation and creativity to give you that edge above your competitors. By using creative visualization, you can access different parts of your mind and different parts of your attention and awareness and make connections between pieces of information that you never thought could come together. And this helps you come up with totally novel approaches and ways of looking at things. It's a great way to do thought experiments and to understand models from different perspectives. There's so many applications and so many different ways to use this amazing tool. And there's so many things that I'm passionate about. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur, but this one is like the Swiss Army knife of psychotechnologies. There's so many different use cases, so many different applications. You can do it in a long form context. You can also do it in a rapid, quick context and pair it with an actual physical activity in the real world environment, which is a great way to improve like sports performance or take some strokes off your golf swing. But it can be applied in so many different ways. And when I was taught this tool, I've always wanted to share this with people, and I've really become clear on people need to know about this. Everybody needs to know about this. I'm so excited about it. Because there's so many things that they can use it for when they're at this job. So if you're a business leader and you want to help your team or your employees or staff or whatever empower themselves to feel confident, to do well, to do their job really well, you need to teach them skills and tools and strategies for that kind of resilience, that kind of creativity, that kind of adaptability. And what I hope is that by offering this in more of a work setting, people of all different lifestyles, ages, backgrounds can be exposed to this tool, and they can remember, if I was able to help, myself overcome my anxiety for this speech that I had to give or this presentation at work, didn't they also say that I could use that to help heal my body? Maybe I'll use that in preparation for my surgery that's coming up in the next couple months, or my recovery, or because there's a lot of research on using this in the medical profession as an adjunctive therapy. If they're really nervous about something, they can have a tool that they can use to reduce that anxiety. There's so much stress, there's so much fear in the world, and what I want to see is a world that's adaptable, that's happier, that's healthier. We have so much technology, but we're more stressed than ever. And this is a way to use our own innate ability, our own amazing gift as human beings to imagine something that doesn't exist and pull it from this nebulous space, crystallize it, and bring it into form. That's such an amazing capability that we have, and this really should be industry standard because it's so effective. There's so much research behind it in so many different domains, and it's so easy to apply. It's so helpful in so many different areas, and it's so easy to teach so that people can, decide, maybe I'll just try it on my own. But it's a great way to introduce it, because here's something that you offer as a professional in the physical space offering guided imagery and mental rehearsal training or hypnosis. You actually are offering the combination of the technique, but also your energy field. So it's not like they can just go and listen to a recording that was made by AI. That doesn't have consciousness. You have consciousness. And when you bring your consciousness interacting and intertwining and grounding with these other individuals, there's immense power in that. So once again, so excited to share this tool. And I think that this approach, because I had a really long time of trying to figure out how I'm going to dial it in. I've worked with different companies doing it in lots of different industries and seen amazing results. And it was like, how do I really want to present this? But I realized if I teach you how to use this with your employees, your staff, your teams, and then they learn how to do it and they mention it to somebody, more and more people of all different ages and backgrounds are going to find out about it and be able to start using it and sharing it with other people. So thank you so much for joining me. Stay tuned. Use your imagination wisely and with intention and create amazing things. And I will see you soon. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and see me for more content.